City Attorney Davison, it is my distinct honor to administer your oath of office. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Ann Davison,
I, Ann Davison,
swear or affirm
swear or affirm
that I possess all of the qualifications
that I possess all of the qualifications
prescribed in the Seattle City Charter
prescribed in the Seattle City Charter
and the Seattle Municipal Code
and the Seattle Municipal Code
for the position of the Seattle City Attorney,
for the position of the Seattle City Attorney,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Washington
and the Constitution of the State of Washington
and the Charter and ordinances
and the Charter and ordinances
of the City of Seattle,
of the City of Seattle,
and that I will faithfully conduct myself
and that I will faithfully conduct myself
as the Seattle City Attorney.
as the Seattle City Attorney.
Congratulations, Ann.
Thank you. Hello, and thank you to those of you who have joined us. I'm grateful to be joined today by friends and supporters, and thank you, Victoria, for that introduction. There is one very special member of the audience today, my wonderful mother, who taught me kindness and service to others. Today is a big day for women and girls in Seattle. For today, we have broken a glass ceiling by swearing in the first female Seattle City Attorney. Long before I dreamed of going to law school or running for office, I dreamed of serving those who had no advocate. That's why when I graduated from college, I moved to DC and into a room in a shared house on North Carolina Avenue. On my way to the night shift as a hostess at Bull Feathers Restaurant and the day shift as a receptionist, I walked past the U.S. Capitol building. One day, I walked into the Capitol building instead and left a paper copy of my resume with Human Resources. A few weeks later, a representative who I didn't know from Arkansas called me for a job as a caseworker for his constituents to serve people who the system had left behind. For the dad who could not afford a surgery to let him walk again, I pieced together state, local, and federal resources. For veterans not receiving benefits, I stepped in to get them help. For working moms in need, I helped them access Medicaid. 3 decades later, I am the first female Seattle City Attorney, and my mission has not changed. I am here because being of service is simply who I am. I am here because I never stopped listening to the concerns of those left behind. I am here because politicians were more interested in hearing themselves talk than solving problems. And when you talk to people in Seattle today, you hear about fear. Communities are afraid to use their parks. People are afraid to walk down 3rd Avenue. Parents are afraid to send their kids to wait for the bus. And many feel powerless. Powerless to save their businesses, powerless to make it safe for their employees to come to work, powerless to stop bullets from flying through their windows. A few weeks ago, I visited 7 Stars, a restaurant in the International District. The owner, Young, told me no one will come into her business because of the crime on the street below. She will lose her life savings because criminal activity has gone unchecked. She should not have to pay the price because Seattle's laws are being ignored. At the UW Continuum College, I taught my graduate students that our laws are our values. When we no longer enforce our laws, we say our values have no meaning. Our legal system must be used as a tool to stand up for victims. Alicia Dasa Holland was not able to join us today, but she is someone I met on the campaign trail. You may not have heard of Alicia, but she is among the strongest people I know. You see, almost 20 years ago, Alicia brought her son Connor into this world. And for 18 years, she cared for, fed, clothed, and worried after her boy. But in May of 2020, he walked out of their front door and was shot and killed. Connor should not have lost his life because weapons and those who use them have not been kept off the streets. Alicia should not have lost her son. I wear Connor's band on my wrist every day to remind me that too many mothers have already lost a child to the epidemic of gun violence in Seattle. It is the duty of the city attorney's office to prosecute weapons charges and take guns off the street, so misdemeanor gun offenses don't lead to felony homicides. Every case that comes to the city attorney's office tells a story. A story like Young's from 7 Stars, a business owner with no advocate struggling to survive, a story of a son lost to gun violence, a story of the vulnerable preyed on by drug dealers. But this election showed that people are powerful, and they are demanding that we enforce our laws. My promise to Seattle is that I will be your most devoted advocate. I began my career advocating for those who needed someone on their side. And I returned to public service, now carrying the stories I've heard along the way. I will listen to all perspectives, especially those who disagree with me. And together, we will make the Emerald City shine. Thank you.